Yo, this is your host, Easthill Huey of the Slept On Podcast. I want to welcome you back. And tonight, we got a special guest, man. This is my dog, man. He's been around for a long time doing this thing. We got Swisher, Sleep, coming through to bless the show today. How you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Hey, I'm good, G. I'm blessed, and I'm glad that you could come through and be a part of the Slept On Podcast, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And,
it's my pleasure.
And what we do here is just shine light on the ones that we feel are slept on respectfully, not in slept on a way that nobody know about you. It's just somebody that I feel like has been doing his thing in the culture for a long time. And if from anyone, I want to give you my respects and admiration for the shit that you've been doing in the culture, bro.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I need that. I need that in my life. Trust me.
So what's new and what's going on for Swisher, man? The last time I saw you, you was on tour somewhere doing something, bro.
Yeah, I had an RV with me too. I had an RV, and that was the dumbest shit I ever did. But it was a good experience though.
No, for sure.
It was $15,000 in gas.
Jesus.
And it was whooping me. I couldn't even enjoy myself all the way because I was just looking at the gas meter
like
the whole time.
Damn,
like
we got another hour or two.
Man, and it was eating my ass up too, man. But it was a good experience. And right now, Twisted Insane, me and Twisted Insane got an album, artist out of San Diego.
Oh shit!
Filthy with the chop and the brrr.
Ain't going.
He does that. He does
wow.
that. Yep. And I got a solo album coming out called Game Tape.
The Game Tape.
Yeah,
okay, that's fire.
The
That
Game
is
Tape.
fire.
Yeah.
Speaking of that touring though, man, from experience, I know that shit can get really expensive, bro. Whether it's like where you're staying, what you're eating, how you're getting from place to place.
You better be ready with the bag.
I was on the South Circuit, so I was out in Atlanta, going through Alabama, North Carolina to Miami, and bro, I'm talking about the route out there was like we hitting each DJ off with $100 every stop, so they could play it in here or play it in there. But over time, I saw how those expenses was racking up.
Yeah, they'll do that. They'll do that. You got to really have some real belief in yourself or have an investor.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Okay. Well, yeah, I want to hop right into this first segment, man. We call this one the red pill, blue pill.
Okay.
Red pill being one side of it, the blue pill being the other side of the scenario. Yeah, you get what we saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so the one I'm gonna throw at Swisher Sleep is red pill.
Red pill.
Gives you the ability to breathe in space.
Okay.
Blue pill gives you the ability to breathe underwater.
Ooh, that's filthy. That's filthy. Red pill for me. That's space, right?
That's space.
Yeah, I'm really into astronomy, in the stars, in the space and shit like that. So I'd probably like to go out there. I mean, even though I don't really know what that's gonna do, being able to breathe and something, does that mean I gotta get out of the spacecraft while I'm up there?
Well, hypothetically saying it makes you immune to everything in space, and you're able to.
All right. Can I fly?
You can fly through space.
Okay, filthy. Yeah, hell yeah, I'm doing that. Flying and breathing through space.
Facts. But then I'm thinking in my mind, because they say we know more about space than we do our own ocean.
That's the truth.
So then in my mind, I'm thinking like, damn, if I could breathe underwater and but then there's so much shit out there, bro. We know that there's fact shit in there.
Whoop.
We don't know what we gonna run into up there.
They say 95%
That's
of the ocean is unexplored by man.
That's wild.
And that's wild.
You believe in aliens?
I do. And like I was saying the other day, it's not really so much so because of the evidence that they got. I mean, that can make it you be persuaded by it.
Right.
But I'm just looking at how many Earth-like livable planets there are just in our backyard. They got at least 1 million.
And some change.
It's a lot of motherfuckers don't know that. They send a telescope up to space over the past couple of years that can see shit that hasn't been able to do it before. It's called the James Webb. They sent the Hubble up there too, but the latest one is the James
Webb.
Yeah, they sent that thing up there, and it's seeing galaxies and planets and all kind of shit.
Further.
And I'm like, if there's that many planets, then how are we the only ones?
How are we the only intelligent ones?
Right, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, there's something.
Nah, for sure.
There's something.
We're in alignment with that, and I won't even get too deep in it because that'll be the whole segment that we talk about is that space shit. So I'm gonna take the quick answer and then we gonna move on. Let me get your top 5 artists of all time.
E40.
Okay.
I'ma go.
Feezy finds a
I'ma
reason.
go. I'll throw Pac in there. We going all
Okay.
time. We going all time. Okay, Feezy, Pac. I even like on some other shit, not so much bars, but just creativity and how colorful it is. Sugar free.
Sugar free.
Sugar free.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? You put him in there with anybody. If you think about it,
I'd
you
rather
could put
give
him
you
in there
my
with anybody,
bitch
and he's
than
gonna
let you- Come on.
he's gonna have you laughing, and he's gonna have say some sharp. He's filthy.
Nah,
you know what I'm
he's witty
saying?
as fuck, bro.
Yeah,
He's
there you
witty
go.
as fuck.
There you go. Who else do I like? Shit. I like Royce the 5'9".
And since Brody is always targeting me on his show every time I go into it, shout out to the homie Chris Crazy. But he told me that Royce the 5'9" was dumpster juice.
Oh shit.
I said, what? Royce the 5'9"?
I understand how his style can rub you the wrong way at first.
Yeah.
It's unorthodox.
It's unorthodox.
It's
But
unorthodox.
when you really pick that thing apart and address it the right way,
He's
Royce is
crazy.
one of the coldest.
One of the coldest. One of the coldest ever. If we just talking about rapping.
Yeah, just rapping. I ain't
Yeah.
saying song making and all that. I'm talking about turn on the mic, let that nigga rap. Royce is crazy.
Crazy.
He go nuts. That was that 5?
I think that was 4.
So we got E40, we got Pac, we got Sugar Free, we got Royce the 5'9".
Shit, I'll probably fuck around and say, I mean, it's close, but I really fuck with X-Rated.
X-Rated.
I've been fucking with X-Rated for a long time.
Who was that? Was that X-Rated song? I was a real young kid when X-Rated was, doing his thing, but there was this song my brother used to listen to, and he used to say, guess who's coming home? He used to say like real graphic shit.
Yeah.
Guess who? He was like, guess who coming home for dinner with baby
Oh,
guts?
no.
Who was that?
That was Brother Lynch.
Oh, okay. But they was around the same time they had they.
Yeah.
Okay. I missed my fault, X-Rated.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to put that baby guts and shit on you, bro.
I mean, a lot of people like that shit.
But that shit was
And they got
graphic at
filthy.
the time.
Yeah, he said that shit was graphic at the time.
Yeah.
Ready was more I would say down to earth type of just different circumstances and type of real rapping and in the story that he had and he was in jail for in the joint and all that shit and had life or 25 years and did a super long stretch, got out and bubbled up and just filthy.
Crazy
just
story.
filthy against all odds every time.
It's
And
a
just
crazy
filthy.
story. That's dope, bro. What would be your top 3 albums if you were stuck on an island and you just needed that gives you everything you need within 3 albums?
All right. I'm gonna put together my own double disc with the E40
Mustard and
not that mustard and mayonnaise, but I'll just say any E40 album straight up. And then with the Smell My Finger, with the sugar free, I'll throw that as one double disc. And then I need I probably need the R-Jan Choice, Rich Off Mackin, the first one.
talk that Northwest shit.
I mean, it is what it is. That
Rich Off
all the
Mac
way
and shout
through.
out to Royce the Choice, man.
And then I like that drugstore cowboy, that burner.
And I wanted to know what this name mean when I say this name to you, bro, and what it did for you, what type of influence it had on you, and just speak on it. And when I say this name, The Blind Man.
Ooh. Damn. That's a cold one. You pulled that out of left field. That's probably my best friend, even if we ain't talked for 10 years. Probably my best friend. We done did everything together. I heard a question earlier on one with your other guests, and it was about would you rather be deaf or would you rather be blind? And it's cold because I got an inside look on what it's like to be a blind person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a blind person, probably how me and you, Lord forbid, it would happen to us. But just because you in your mind, you kind of picture how a blind person's life would be, and you picture the braille and you picture the stick. And this motherfucker was just wild. You know what I'm saying? He was double wild, and he rode around and had big old machine guns on him and diamonds in his mouth, and he wasn't playing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he didn't have no cane, and he have a bad bitch on her shoulder moving around. You know what I'm saying? Navigating, for real, for real.
It had a real watchdog on it.
Yeah, and he's got the music video driving with the cane out the window, and you know that's my guy. That's my guy. He'll be home soon.
And that's dope, bro. Because when you speak of him, I could see it in your face. That's genuine. You really. That's your dog
for real.
And when you speaking about your dog like that, like you said, it don't matter if I spoke to you recently or not. When we do catch up, like it's like nothing never. We ain't miss a step.
This is cold. This is something that you might not know about blind people. You may or may not. So there's this thing that he called vision, right? Because you don't got no vision, but he could see for 17 years of his life. So if you just look at the room and you just look at everything and then close your eyes, you can picture the shit that's in there. You can picture it's not very detailed and you're missing a lot of shit because you're not good at it.
Right.
But he's a professional, been for years, and he can see everything. He wakes up in the morning and said, I can see the lines, I can see the phone lines outside, I can see the veins in the leaves. I can see he said it's better than vision. I can zero in and zoom out. It's like the dopest video game you ever seen times 1,000.
That is crazy and incredible. Bro.
I don't even know if I'd want my vision back. Is what he told me.
That's wild.
That's wild.
That is wild.
It's wild.
Bro. Ooh, that's a cold one, bro. Because and when you lose certain things, man, it heightens certain other things that you just don't really know until it happens to you.
For real, for real.
And that's incredible, bro. And I appreciate you sharing that story with us here on the Slept On podcast, my
Absolutely.
G.
That was a great question.
Okay, top 5 players all time.
Hoop. We gonna go MJ.
MJ.
We can throw LeBron in there.
Brown.
Kobe. Wilt.
You throw Wilt in there? Okay,
respectfully.
I can't.
Average 50 a season, 50 a game for a season.
He's a pillar.
It would be hard to do that against third graders right now.
You think so? He was like 7 foot to them.
You think you can go in the league right now against ninth graders and go average 50?
I think I personally could, but I hoop. I be in the gym though. I be hooping for real. Huh? So
yeah,
you put me in some ninth graders
soaking wet.
I'm busting some ninth graders' ass.
I know that's right.
But I see what you're saying with Wilt, and then who was your?
Okay, my 5th. It's difficult, man. I'm gonna go AI. I'm gonna go AI.
And look, I just said this last week that you rarely find somebody that has Kobe and AI in their top 5 list. Because at that time, it was kind of one or the other. You was either a Kobe guy or an AI guy.
That's the truth.
But that's a fire list. I can't knock it for real. If I could probably argue Wilt just because of the time, but I can respect it.
What does that mean?
Because if you put Wilt in a time against Shaquille O'Neal, he's not averaging 50.
Says who?
Says Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal. Said if you put him in a modern time where there's other 7-footers in the league.
There was other 7-footers in the league.
Who? Bill Russell?
That's one.
Bill Russell he got 11 rings out of that thing. So Wilt really wasn't the guy at the time. But you know what I'm saying?
It's controversial.
I can see he's the only one that hit 100. He did things at that time that was different, but I just see, his time is where I would argue Wilt is just like, if you put him in the 80s, 90s, do we get the same Wilt? Do we get the same 100? But we'll never know. I wanted to go over a quick mental health tip provided to us by the New York Times.
Okay.
I'm going to just select a random one and see if you vibe with it. So this one says to turn to wilderness for healing.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah? So you get out in the open, maybe take a walk or?
No, I go into the mountains.
Oh, shit.
Into the bushes.
Talk about it.
Yeah. Into the bushes, into the sticks, and I might take me some mushrooms out there and go look at the moon and go look at the stars and shit and go get spooked and because when I go out there, I'm like, damn, where the mountain lions coming from and where the bears at?
Heightening your senses and shit.
Heightening your spooked.
Wow.
Any little rustle, you know what I'm saying? It'd be dark. It ain't no joke. It's funny, but it ain't no joke. But just if I like to leave the city You know what I'm saying? That's how I breathe good. I leave the city, and it could be the beach too. It could be the beach. It could be something tropical, but we're from Washington, so that's pretty much what we got.
Already.
You know what I'm saying? That's nature. So that's where I...
And I think the proper term for it is called ecotherapy. Okay. It's what they call it. And when I heard that, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Because speaking of like getting out, man, I took a trip to Denver not too long ago.
You like Denver?
And I'm talking about just how open. I was out at a ranch and things like that. So they got, acres and acres of land, but just being out in that environment for, I want to say, a few days, it was a good amount of time to experience it and just the atmosphere, bro. When I went out there, I hadn't been like really cooking like that. And when I got out there and just, I was taking my time and trying to just appreciate life and being able to feel the breeze and being able to hear the birds and taking it in, bro. And when I did that, I promise you, I came back and I started cooking. I'm talking about some crazy records, bro. And it did something. So I can absolutely.
It was a ranch?
We was out at it was a ranch. Yep.
It sounded like you was at a drug and alcohol treatment center.
Hey, but it did something for me, bro.
I swear to God.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
And you came back and cooked it up.
And I came back and put something together, and I've been on that wave since then. All of these different things have been taking place.
It works.
Yeah.
Why you think that is? Get real with me one time.
I think that happens because we're getting back to our roots and we're grounded. They tell you that if you take your shoes off, if you go step on the grass right now and with your shoes and everything on and you hold a magnetic identifier, nothing will happen. Okay. But if you take off your shoes and your socks and you put your feet to the ground, you will then create a charge from the earth that can be picked up magnetically. So I think that when we get back in touch with our roots and not necessarily like where you come from roots, but I mean like the earth, like how they was back in those times, bro. There's pros and cons, right? They didn't have technology or entertainment, but they had togetherness and other things that heightened other things. You get what I'm saying? In a village. And then currency did not determine who was the top dog. It was the knowledge. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like when we get back into that wilderness, like you said, it's heightening your spook. You got to get back in tune to what's out here and what the sounds is and where the breeze is coming from.
For real, though.
You got to get in touch with that type of shit. So I think that's what it really is when you take the time to really open yourself, meditation, and getting out into these open environments that are accessible to us. You just have to have some determination to go get to these places and visit these places, but it's all available to us, bro. And I think it's very important that ecotherapy is something that people try as like a mental health benefit or, to your life. Yo, this is your host, Easthill Huey of the Slept On Podcast. I'd like to welcome you back. And as promised, we got a dope performance from the one and only Swisher Sleep. You ready to go, my boy?
Let's go.
Let's get it.
I'ma need a moment with my inner me. The game got me trapped. The devil don't let no sinners free. Nah. Misses or misery. Been tucking in my demons. Bitch, give the serpent a kiss for me. Don't start today. Mac and Casanova in this modern day. She figure ain't worth a penny and gave her heart away. That's 3 the hard way. Already know she came to meet me on my target date. Try squeezing to that pussy like a parking space. Parkinson's. Get around the sucker in my arms a shake. Doctor told me not to fuck with you garter snakes. Refill prescription. Yeah. Record needle skipping. I'm saucy, my burrito dripping. Ego tripping. Next dollar, next dimension. I traveled through the portal, it spit me right next to prison. They call me from inside like you the next to get it. So I swing for the electric fences. Naked bitches, yes, it's necessary. My pull it out and get it sucked instead of fuck game is legendary. Bitch, and did I mention I'm not fucking with you? We used to wrestle on the mat, I'm down to struggle with you. I'll forget you though, no need on being subtle with you. Go find a buster nigga to cuddle with you. Apply my pressure like I'm sanding down my cereal. My heart been pumping atom bomb material. Do you hear me though? From me to you, I've been in this, been around this shit. I'll hound your bitch. Got a pussy wetter than a waterfall. That's mountain piss. I'm down for this. Slapped her with a diaper on some childish shit. But on the real, the struggle is bad. Gon' need me one day to cover your ass. Drop the money, we can talk tomorrow. I know you hurt, but are you hurt or can you walk that off? Damn. Cause her pussy tastes like cinnamon, but she gotta go if she can't hand over no Benjamins that's living in my blood vessels. Trip, you need a lift, I'll let the snub stretch you. And I'll fuck your flexible bitch, she know I love pretzels. I'm dark, but I'm colorful. I spit heat, and I got an oven full and I'm comfortable. If he need a punk, and I'll be punctual. I might've let a sucker go, but I might punch you though. Yeah. Free, styling in G, styling in the beat, panning out my speed, sounding I'm elite, talent, yeah.
Shout out to everybody watching. Make sure you follow everything Swisher Sleep. This is your host, Easthill Huey of the Slept On Podcast. Stay tuned. We got more for you.
Another day, another dollar. Time to wake up, try to make more. I ain't perfect, I ain't judging how you make yours. Once you pick a journey, I would say just try to make sure it's really what you want. Ain't no returns on what you pray for. Another day, another dollar. Time to wake up, try to make more. I ain't